Hey, hi, everybody, and we are off. Monday, September 20th. Here we go. The Bottom Line, Armani and Edwards on Woodward Sports. Braylon Edwards, my friend, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you, too, man. I want you to know our little talk that we had earlier, man, it really put a little pep in my step, man. Got my energy back right, man. So I really appreciate you, my brother.
Braylon Edwards, Ryan Armani, talking life. It doesn't get much better than that. Stick Tom Mazaway in the middle of that.
Man. Man.
Mazzy, how you doing, baby?
I am really good.
Yeah?
I'm doing fine. It's a Monday Night Football. The Lions on national TV wearing white. What more do you want?
And that's really, just such an exciting thing about today. Lions do play on Monday Night Football. They go to a house of horrors, the Green Bay Packers, Lambeau Field. Green Bay leads this series, Braylon, 102-72, and there are 7 ties in there, believe it or not.
Wow. Yeah, not a lot of those wins have happened, post the 70s.
Right. Maybe it was a little bit better on in the 50s and 60s. Nonetheless, guys, we're going to be at O'Toole's tonight in Royal Oak as well.
Yes, sir.
As part of our DraftKings Rock and Roll pregame show, we'll get you set from 6 to 8 o'clock tonight. We'll do that with our teammates over at 101 WRIF. The RIF,
baby. Yes, sir.
And so we invite you guys to come out to O'Toole's in Royal Oak again. We'll be there 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. tonight, getting you set for Lions football. Maz did allude to this, and let's throw it up right now. So the Lions throw out a Twitter earlier today, and they said they are wearing all-white jerseys tonight. Are you kidding me, Braylon?
It's got the Penn State vibes, man. I like it.
I'm telling you, I was so excited about this, and I'm generally not a jersey guy, but I think, when Michigan pulls off the all-blue that they did against Washington, when the Detroit Lions wear this all-white, which I don't believe we have ever seen before.
First time ever.
Or at least in the modern era, we have not seen this.
I'm all for a gimmick when the gimmick looks good. When Penn State goes all white and they go white out, it looks good. When Oregon Ducks, when they pull off their green or their green and black, if it looks good, I'm fine with it. This all white by the Lions, I like it. I think it's going to be amazing because not only is it's fun and it kind of brings you into the TV, it's a dope looking uniform.
Here's a stupid thought, stupid question. Guys like me and Maz, we get excited about the blue jerseys.
Remember when Michigan did that all May stuff?
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Right, exactly.
I didn't like that against,
You want your uniforms to look good, but as a player, does it do anything for you?
Oh, yeah. It's just like Prime said, look sweet, dress sweet, feel good.
Play sweet, right, man?
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. It's nothing like putting on a uniform that you like, that you feel confident, that you think is a good look, and you add your wristbands and put one here and put one on the other elbow and bring my socks to a certain level, or if I'm not wearing socks that day, put some spat on. It's nothing like pre-doing your outfit in your head. I was already doing my outfit when I played in the league Sundays. I was doing the outfit in my head on Saturday nights. All right, I'm gonna put my one wristband on. I think I'm gonna wear those gloves today. Oh, what about those new vapor cleats? Oh, that's gonna look great. Yeah.
Maz, I think you and I do that just to look good here.
Oh, no. But I do love the nice, fresh-looking uniform. Who was top teammate that took their most sweet-ass time on getting dressed? Who was it?
Kerry Rhodes. It's not even close. Kerry Rhodes was, he had to have the right beanie to put on. He had to have the eye black to match the wristband. He had different gloves each week. He never wore the same pair of shoes. Like me, I didn't wear new shoes every game. I like when it gets comfortable.
I broke it in a little bit.
I like beat-up shoes. They feel better. They feel better on my feet. New cleats and new shoes every week. Kerry he's a diva. He's a diva.
Guys wear new cleats every week?
Some guys do.
Wow.
I think for some guys, they just like to look sweet. But then, two, I think it's the fact that it's there and that you can, so they're like, might as well.
It's a very exciting thing here, talking NFL football, talking Lions football. Again, Lions and Packers tonight will be out there at O'Toole's. We invite you to come join us 6 to 8 tonight. So, Braylon, we'll talk plenty of Lions today. We'll get to the NFL, and so there's a lot to get to.
Yeah, it is.
But I want to start with college football.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Here we
Now,
go.
here's
There we
something.
go.
So Maz,
Here we
you know,
go.
look, Maz is a big NFL guy.
Yes.
And I love the NFL. But when I told Maz today, I said, I think we should start with college football today. He says, it was a great day in the NFL. And I said, yes, we'll get to the NFL. We have 2 hours. But I think we have to start with college today. Do we not?
I think you could go with either direction. I think, but from your standpoint,
You're a slappy. Go ahead.
college happens on Saturday, which means we haven't talked to our fan base for 2 days, 3 days. So you got to talk about college. Jump into that. Michigan had a crushing win. Michigan State did exactly what I said they were going to do. They went down to Miami and kicked some butt. You got to talk about that. And you know we're talking about the Lions tonight, so you got to start with there.
Maz, what? You don't like Michigan?
I love Michigan. And I got news for you. I'm in love with Michigan State's team.
You hate Michigan State. You don't want to talk about them until hour number 2.
I'm in love with them. The reason I put them behind Michigan is because I know you slappies want to talk Michigan first.
Well,
Slappies. I thought this was a Michigan guy over
It
there.
is. I am.
Yeah, okay.
I am.
I think the college football conversation is an interesting one, and we can go any which way you want. You want to talk Michigan State first? Let's talk Michigan State
I'm
first.
just playing around with you.
I don't
man.
care. They had a great
They
win.
both played at noon. Start with Michigan.
I'm going to start with Michigan, and 63-10 over Northern Illinois. It was a dominating performance, and we saw the pass game. And in Michigan's official Twitter account was trolling all the people that wanted to. Oh, we could go through the air too. We could pass. Look, all we wanted to do was see it. Okay.
Right.
Over 200 yards passing, 8 of 11 Cade McNamara for $191. Now, J.J. McCarthy had some yards in there too. So the long touchdown pass to Johnson. Look, this is what I needed to see from this team. I am so impressed by the Michigan football Wolverines, Braylon. 9 possessions, 9 touchdowns. I think they're as good as anybody in the conference.
I was there. I was at the game. I stayed to the third quarter, and they just kept scoring. Like every time I turned around, I have a conversation, another touchdown on the board. I turn my eyes for a second, miss another touchdown. That's how Michigan used to feel. Going to games, being a part of that Michigan family, that's what it used to look like when you were in Ann Arbor at the Big House. They're answering all the bells. They're answering all the calls. They're checking all the boxes. The defense looked good yet again. They're getting to the quarterback on the opposite side. The offensive line for Michigan is blocking outstandingly. They're giving Cade McNamara as well as McCarthy time. And in the running game, they're mauling guys. They're dominating guys. And then they open up the play. You saw the pass. You saw the passing this past weekend. It looked good. I love when Michigan gets out and they put McCarthy in. I love having McCarthy in so he can get those reps as well, so he can get in-time game experience. Michigan looks extremely well, but Michigan State look amazing too, man. Like it's a great year for Big Ten football.
And if you look at both of those two teams, Michigan and Michigan, I mean, Michigan State, and Alex, I apologize for the video, but I'm just going to bounce back and forth between these two teams because I don't think you can limit the conversation to just one of them at a time. Michigan State goes down to Miami and completely dominates the Hurricanes. You did. I think most of us who pay attention to Michigan State football and they're forcing Michigan State is forcing you to pay attention to them, especially the way they're winning these football games. That's as solid a win as I've seen this year. That go down to Miami in that heat and dominate the Canes. I don't find the Miami Hurricanes to be some dominating team or anything like that, but you play who's in front of you, you beat who's in front of you, and neither is Washington for Michigan. They did what they had to do against these teams. If you're a college football team in the Big Ten Conference, you have to feel very good about yourself right now. Outside of, the top 6-7 teams probably feel like they have a chance to win the conference.
This reminds me of 2016 when you really had Iowa was good, Michigan State was good, Penn State came back, they were good, Wisconsin. It's kind of like one of those years where it's a lot of people vying for that position right now and trying to get to Indianapolis. I don't care. I love Michigan State's win over Miami. Miami's they're not as good as we thought they were going to be this year, but they still had to go down to Miami. They had to go to Coral Gables. They had to go play Miami on their own turf. They had to fly down there. They had to play they had to get up to play a noon game and play Miami, and they showed you what they are. It's how they won. It's not the fact that they won, it's how. The running game is there, the passing game is there, the defense. Like, they're a complete team. And then you see at the end of the game with Mel Tucker in that locker room, those guys love Coach Tucker. They're fired up to play for that guy.
Yeah, and we have that. I'll play that for you just in 1 second, Braylon. But again, I know it sounds like I'm taking something away from Michigan State. I certainly don't intend to do that by knocking Miami. I mean, Michigan's schedule hasn't been, a bunch of world beaters out there either. You play who's in front of you. You dominate. You beat who's in front of you. That's all you can do. You mentioned Mel Tucker in the locker room. Here he is post game.
Ball. Hey, and we took him into the D.
Look at that energy.
Good energy.
Look at that
Fun,
energy,
man.
And that's on the road.
Yeah.
That ain't a home locker room. By the way, those fans, what happened to Miami's fans?
They're on South Beach.
Like, I cannot even. I sent a tweet out actually about that. I mean, if you're north of 40 like me, you can't even believe that Miami plays football in front of a half-empty stadium.
It's terrible.
That's what. Hey, fair turnabout is fair play. We played Mel Tucker in the locker room. We also have Jim Harbaugh in the locker room. Look, these college football teams are having fun in our area. It's good to be good again.
I'm glad you said that, because people will look at this video and Coach Tucker and the players, and they're dancing, they're dabbing, they're doing that, and they'll say, well, they only beat Miami. Well, it's only first 3 games of the season. Chill out. No, the hell with that. Like, this was a bad football team last year. This team has been struggling for 4 years. Now you bring in Mel Tucker. He's invigorated that culture, changing it around. They deserve to dance and play like that. Just make sure that after Sunday, you forget about it and you get back to business.
I do have one question for you, though, Braylon, and quite simply put, that question is, who's got it better than us?
Nobody.
Play it.
1, 2, you know what to do.
Hail to the victor stallion, hail to the conquering heroes, hail to Michigan.
Had to do it. I mean, I apologize to anybody offended by this, but
Who could be offended? Okay, let's listen now.
I love it.
Here we go.
Who's got it better than us?
You hear that, Alex?
seriously, I mean, he's having fun. Mel Tucker's having fun. Both fan bases are having fun. We're jawing back and forth at each other. We got plenty to get to. Sit tight. We got Lions pregame show tonight out at O'Toole's in Royal Oak, 6 to 8. Please come join us. We'll talk Lions. We'll talk NFL. But we are sticking with college football. Michigan State on a roll, guys. And I'll tell you, that matchup in East Lansing could be.
It's going to be a barn
potentially be for the Big Ten East title. How about that?
It's Halloween.
Ooh, right.
Man.
You ready, Braylon, for this one?
Did you think we would be saying that after 4 games?
No, not at all. We've got it. We got to take a break. 30 seconds. Armani and Edwards.
It's the bottom line.
Fellas, football season is here. It's time to make your grooming experience easy like Sunday morning. Get to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk in, relax, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Get to Lady Jane's, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked
Make sure
awesome.
you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Hey guys, it's Maz from MyBookie. Our studio sponsors our good friends, MyBookie.ag. Hey, this Saturday, get in on all the action on the UFC First Blood promotion. Check this out. When any fighter on the main card bleeds, you win. The second you see blood, you get paid at MyBookie. This bet centers around the 5 main card bouts, including 2 title fights. You know the Octagon will not stay dry for long, so take advantage of this opportunity to make some easy money with MyBookie. Nick Diaz had bled 3 of his last 4 fights. Robbie Lawler, he's a leaky faucet. So you know by the end of this 5-round rematch, blood's going to be spilled. Head to MyBookie right now. Use the promo code Woodward to start off by doubling your deposit bonus. That's promo code Woodward to double your money so you can double your winnings with MyBookie. Don't forget, MyBookie's $50,000 NFL Survivor Pool. That's a double deposit bonus. Free money on the UFC and a free shot at $50K. That's what I call a winning season. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. If you have a gambling problem, call Michigan Problem Gambling Helpline, 888-223-3054.
All right, talking Michigan State right now. Wolverines just roll over Northern Illinois 63-10. Braylon and Michigan State jumps back into the top 25. They beat Miami on the road 38-17. Both teams seemingly are for real. And I think you've got to feel real good about your chances if you are either Michigan or Michigan State. You've got to feel real good about not only the Big Ten, but if you look around college football right now, we'll get into a broader base of college football coming up in just a little bit. There is no slam dunk. I mean, I watched Alabama play this week. They're beatable.
Yeah,
they are beatable.
Florida shows you that. Yeah,
everybody is
conversion
beatable
away.
this year.
Oklahoma has struggled, as you've said. You know, you've been going on all season about this could be the year where you see, you know, like the mighty starting to fall. And you look at Penn State. The only thing I have about the Big Ten, like my question of Michigan and Michigan State, is they haven't been tested yet. It's early in the year. They haven't played an opponent that's tested them. Look at the Penn State. Penn State went to Wisconsin, opening game, won on the road at Madison. You know that fourth quarter with the jump around, they were able to withstand the House of Pain and jump around, win that game. They come in, they play against Auburn, who's a good football team, and Bo Nix, and they get that win at home this past weekend. They've been tested already. So I got to give Penn State probably the leg up on Michigan State and Michigan, but it's a wide open canvas. Notre Dame looks beatable. You see Iowa here sitting at 5. Iowa actually is the best in terms of ranking in the country in the Big Ten schools. It's
easy schedule too, Braylon.
Yeah, they do. They don't play any of the big guys, the big dogs outside of Wisconsin. So
they'll have that free run to Indy. And, you know, whoever wins the East, well, I shouldn't say free run to Indy. I mean, they got to play Wisconsin, right?
I think it's time to change those divisions another time. But go ahead, Brian. I don't want to interrupt.
No, you're good. And I actually can add to, you know, I can seg into that. Man, since 2015-16, you've been looking at that East, and you've been looking at Penn State had some really good teams in that time span. Ohio State has had monsters teams. Michigan had a couple good teams in there. Michigan State had a couple good teams back in the 2015 and 16. It's getting back to that. Now you're looking at that East as a jumble again. It's like, man, you got to go through Penn State. You have to go to Ohio State, Michigan State. Like that's Big Ten football. I love it at its best.
And we're going to learn a lot about the Michigan Wolverines. And, you know, this game against Rutgers coming up, I don't find Greg Schiano's teams to be a pushover. I expect Michigan to win by 40, but I mean, everybody's just saying they're not going to be tested. Rutgers is a decent team. I mean, you can laugh at me all you want. Obviously,
they put up 45 on the blue hens.
Yeah, I mean,
of Delaware.
And that's fine. Okay, so let's just look past Rutgers. That's fine. I understand that. Michigan's first test comes in 2 weeks at Wisconsin, a place they have not won a football game since, what is it? Since when you played?
Yeah, my freshman year we beat Wisconsin.
You kidding?
They have not won a game at Wisconsin
because, you know, they rotate off the schedule.
Braylon Edwards.
Whoa.
It's like they rotate off the schedule from time to time. So
I think it's 2000 or 2001.
2001.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it?
My freshman year.
That's nuts, man.
We won on a block.
It's almost as bad as Chad Henne being the last Michigan quarterback to win a Big Ten.
Oh,
he was on that team
too, Braylon.
You know, I mean, think about these things.
Dang.
You know, I mean, Braylon Edwards is the last offensive skill player drafted in the first round from Michigan.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, think about that. That was
on the offensive side, right?
On the offensive. If you want to throw Jabril Peppers in there, fine. But, I mean, Michigan.
16 years ago?
It's been a minute before Michigan has been a good football team. And by good, I mean, what do you've had 3 teams in the last 15 years that really competed for anything. And I think when you look at this team right now, Blake Corum, to me, gives you a chance to win every football game you play.
I was watching
that defense gives you a chance to win every football game you play.
Yeah, I was looking at Blake Corum. I was very excited to kind of just keep, like after game 1, and I said this last week, I didn't want to be too high on him too quick. I wanted to watch a couple games. I wanted to break him down. He's a genuine article. Like, he's the genuine article. He can run. He can catch out the backfield. He runs between the tackles. He has speed. I like him a lot. He has swag and moxie, man. I like this Blake Corum kid. I think he's a different dynamic when you watch him. Like, he can get inside. He can get outside. He follows his blockers well. Like, it's no surprise that they're having success at the running back position, considering who's on that staff now and Mike Hart.
Make fun of the opponents all you want, but people are starting to pay attention to the Michigan Wolverines right now at 3-0, 300-plus yards of rushing each of the 3 games. Yeah. It's just remarkable what they're doing on the ground, and the national media is starting to pay attention to Michigan. And the statistics are paying attention to Michigan. The Wolverines are now favored, according to ESPN FPI. However they come up with that number has benefited the University of Michigan. Michigan is now favored in every single football game that they play. They have a 53% chance to beat Ohio State. And the prediction, the model says that Michigan is going to be 12-0. Braylon, is it too much, too fast? I don't know, because you do have to go to Wisconsin. You do have to go to Michigan State. You do have to go to Penn State. And then you play home against Ohio State. And then if, in fact, you get through and you're on the other side of that, then you got to go play
Iowa or Wisconsin
in Indianapolis. Yeah. So it's not done yet. But I think you do have to feel good about Michigan because they can rush the football and they can play defense. And anytime you can do those two things, specifically on the road in the Big Ten, you have a chance to win. I like Michigan. I said before they played their first football game, I said this is a team that's going to win 10-plus games, beat Ohio State, win the Big Ten championship. Make fun of me all you want. I think they've at least given you an appetite that they can do that now.
Slow down, and slow down. I like Michigan a lot. I like Michigan State a lot too. But we don't know enough about Michigan. We don't know enough about Michigan in terms of to say that they're going to beat Ohio State, to say that they're going to be Penn State in Happy Valley. What we know about
Michigan State,
excuse me. What we know about them is they're a good ball club. They're a good team. They're top to bottom. They're good and they're coached well. So we just have to see them in their first real game. Like we got to see in the Big Ten, like when they play against Wisconsin, then we'll be able to project how will they play in the Big Ten after their game. Then we'll know more. So I like everything they're doing, but we'll see.
But it at least allows you to feel good about going to Madison, going to Happy Valley, going to East Lansing.
Yeah, it's not the optimism anymore. It's actually you believe they're going to win. Like I believe Michigan's going to go in there and win against Wisconsin.
Now, until they do it, it's been a long road for Michigan fans and this Michigan football team. But until they do it, I understand the hesitation, but at least you've got to feel good about where they are. Jim Harbaugh.
At least you can hesitate, though, right?
Jim Harbaugh talked about this win against Northern Illinois, and now it's on to the Big Ten. Here's Jim Harbaugh.
It's all about the Big Ten season. Now it starts next week. That's what we talked about in the locker room after the game, and it was a great day for
So some audio issues on that, but nonetheless, Jim Harbaugh very pleased with where his guys are, Braylon, and he's very excited to see how this team will stack up when Big Ten play starts this week. They play Rutgers. It's a 3:30 game.
Yeah, the projections don't matter. Like I like the fact that he's talking about his team. He's praising his team, as he should. They're playing good football. They're winning the games they're supposed to win. They're winning how they're supposed to win. Everybody is in. Everybody is on board. It looks like a very good quality level of football right now. So just take it a week at a time. Continue to move like they're moving, but everybody should be praised on that team. And every time you want to see something, they show it to you. We were talking about the pass game. And you see they open up the pass game for us, the critics. So, we're quiet. We're quieter at Woodward Sports today.
Hey, it's Monday, but it's 19.5 point the spread. Are you giving that number to Nebraska?
To Rutgers?
Oh, no, Michigan's going to win by more than that. They're on fire right now.
They seem to be on a mission. I don't know much. I'm not very good at that predicting stuff, but nonetheless, I mean, I wouldn't bet against Michigan right now. That's for sure. This just feels like a different team, and another team that feels different is Michigan State. We'll dive in a little bit more to the Spartans. We'll do that next. This is Armani and Edwards.
Woodward Sports, the bottom line.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/Chopper Shop.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Hey gang, you want to start a new career? We've got one in an industry that's always essential, the heating and cooling industry. Learn more today by visiting northwesterntech.edu. Guys, Michigan State dominated the second half against the Miami Hurricanes. They went down to the University of Miami and won a football game that I'm not sure a lot of people outside of our state expected them to win. Braylon, you have got to just absolutely love what Mel Tucker is doing right now in East Lansing. And side note, I love the fact that he wears shorts on the sideline. I don't know why I love it.
He's comfortable.
It's so great and refreshing to see a coach wear shorts on the sidelines instead of just some pants.
The only thing missing is him smoking that stogie on the sidelines.
Oh, man.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, no, that's great. You know, anytime you go down and play a team on the road, like on the road is a tough place to play. Like, I don't care, you know, what that team is, if it's a top 5 team, if it's a top 25 team, if it's out of the top 25 team, it's still hard to go on the road, especially against a team that you know has a lot of talent. You know, Miami down there with the turnover chain, they have a lot of talent, a lot of athletic individuals on that team. Quarterback has some potential. Like, I like his potential down there with Miami. But they got the win. They made it their stadium. They made it their own. Like, they played their level of football. They played the way that they've been playing. They've consistently done that so far. Went down there, got the running game going, got the passing game going, too. You see, great story with Thorne and Naylor. 2 kids went to grammar school together. Then they transferred to go to Michigan State together. Like, they're just having some fun out there. And you see the locker room. You see it here on the field. Look at Michigan State had more fans than the Hurricanes. They just made it their own, and they're playing their type of football. They exploded in the last half of the fourth quarter.
You know, just looking at the Spartans' schedule, home against Nebraska this week, and then Western Kentucky, at Rutgers, at Indiana, which I'm actually shocked at how poor Indiana is playing this year. Maybe it was because they couldn't spell the name right of the uniform. I don't know why Indiana isn't playing very good football right now.
I think that injury is still hampering Penix, the quarterback.
But Michigan State should absolutely be 4, 5, 6, 7-0 when they play the Michigan Wolverines. They should absolutely be. If they're anything less than 7-0, that would be a major disappointment at this. I mean, you don't see them losing to Nebraska, Western Kentucky, Rutgers, or Indiana, do you?
Nebraska's not a doormat. They're not a doormat. They have pride. Scott Frost has pride. They played with pride against Oklahoma this past weekend on the 50-year anniversary of that game. 60-year anniversary. Was it 60? 1971.
50 years.
50 years.
Yeah.
You know, they used to be hated rivals back in the day in the Big 12.
I don't think they played for 10 years.
I know. It's a sin. That's why I wish they could be together in the same league again. I wish Oklahoma could be in the Big 10 with us here, but they played hard.
Okay, fine, they played hard.
They're not pushovers, but Michigan State's is a lot. They're head and shoulders above them. So I think that they both could be undefeated. I think Michigan State should be undefeated. Michigan has a really good chance to be undefeated when they meet on October 30th. I think if they're both undefeated, I like Michigan better because Michigan would have had to go to Madison and beaten Wisconsin on the road, which they haven't done in a long time. So I think that win will stack up a little bit better than Michigan State's resume.
I have to do this, if I could. I have to call out some Spartan fans, though, just a little bit. And it's in regards to Kenneth Walker III. And look, RG3's got a Heisman thing list out.
He's a great Twitter follow, by the way.
He is. He is.
And he's good on the air.
He is. He's got a great Twitter follow, but RG3 has his top 5 players to watch for the Heisman. Now, this is why I found it interesting, because after Saturday's game, Michigan State fans, ad nauseum, I almost wanted to vomit. Michigan State fans were talking about, Kenneth Walker better be considered for the Heisman Trophy. Kenneth Walker III, oh my, he's got to be a Heisman Trophy contender. This is the same fan base that you mentioned Heisman Trophy in the month of September for one of your guys, and they have coined the phrase September Heisman. I almost should save it for my man Chill Out, but I just cannot wait.
Go ahead, go for it.
For all of you Michigan State fans and your September Heisman, whatever it is.
They didn't have anything to say back in August, though.
Man, chill the bleep out with your Heisman freaking trophy talk with Ken. Great player, fine player, good player. But you are not allowed to mention Heisman Trophy in the month of September with one of your players. You're just not allowed to do it. I'm sorry. I'm not going to let you do it. But there you go. There's your mention of your Heisman Trophy, okay? Are you happy now, Michigan State fans? You're officially mentioned in all of the Heisman Trophy conversation now. Kenneth Walker III, my friends, is a candidate, okay?
Are there 5 better candidates than him?
Blake Corum.
5 better candidates than him? No.
I don't mind him being up for Heisman talk in September. I don't mind it at all. The reason why I'll tell you is the fact that he can get rushing yards now. It's harder for running backs to get the rushing yards early on because everybody's trying to pass. Every school is a passing school now. So the fact that he's on par with 200 per game, and after 3 games, like, he's already floating close to 1,000. It reminds me of Chris Perry my junior year, when Chris Perry got off to a great start against Washington, got off to a great start against Miami of Ohio, got off to a great start. So when the Heisman talk was there early, he's like, all right, hope he can do it. And then late, when it gets cold outside, who's getting the ball in the Big Ten when it's cold outside? The running backs.
52 times against Michigan State, didn't he? Or something 50, like that?
Yeah, 54 against Michigan State. So I see a similarity in how they play their style of football. They're going to run the ball. So when it gets cold, when the games get on the line in October and November, they're going to be running the ball. So I don't have a problem with him being up there in the Heisman talk.
No, look, don't misunderstand my argument here, please. Don't misunderstand what I'm trying to say. Kenneth Walker III is playing like he's one of the best football players in the country. My issue is with a fan base that just ripped and pounded and kicked and spit on you as a Michigan fan anytime you mentioned one of your guys who got off to a great start.
When was the last time you mentioned the Michigan guy?
Denard Robinson?
Tate Forcier, Denard Robinson.
So a long time ago.
Jabril Peppers. What about Rashawn Gary? You know what I mean?
Mr. First Half.
Mr. First Half.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. There's been a number of players. What about Sam McGuffey?
Oh, my God. I knew it was coming.
I'm just saying, right? Anytime you get off to a great start, you want your guy to be involved. I understand that. So I'm fine with it, but it's just this fan base is killing me.
But that's what Michigan State does, though. I didn't see any green and white before the season started. I didn't see any of the bumper stickers. Right. I didn't see them highly populating the areas of metropolitan Michigan with the green and white, go green, go white. All of a sudden they're 3-0, and now they're coming out the woodwork.
Puff their chest
out.
They puff
their chest out. They're a little stronger in the grocery store. They're a little stronger at Jack's the car wash because they're 3-0. They'll be gone before the season's over with. It never fails.
They're not going anywhere.
We'll see.
And maybe not. They got an easy schedule.
I'm not taking away from this schedule. I won't do it. I won't step to the level.
Listen.
Western Kentucky.
They're a good team.
Stop with the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky. Okay, listen.
Hey, Northern Illinois, by the way, they beat Georgia Tech, who just lost by 6 at Clemson.
Wow, that's all.
Okay,
there you go.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
Hey, what about Western Michigan? You want to talk about Western Michigan? They just went on the road to the ACC and beat up on Pitt.
They did. Narduzzi.
The fighting Narduzzi's, right?
They want his head now.
Look, I'm telling you. It's all right, man.
I get it, man.
Tuck coming.
Listen, man.
Uh-oh.
Here goes Alex with his tuck coming.
Coming.
Tuck's here already, man.
Tuck's here.
He's already here. They did great. He changed the whole team. I mean, he got rid of whatever D'Antonio leftovers were here. He brings in a bunch of new guys. Brings in, 20 transfer guys. They're all doing well. Jim Harbaugh, on the other hand, doing well this year as well. They both look like they're ready to do great. They're going to be great. That's game. I can't wait for October 30th already. I can't wait.
It's going to be exciting. Yeah, it definitely is going to be exciting.
You know, just look at it. I mean, Michigan State should be 7-0. So Michigan's got one game. You know, they got to go on the road and beat Wisconsin. If they do that, I mean,
I don't think whiskey's that big. I don't think they're that great.
Jim Harbaugh 0-11 against ranked teams on the road.
You don't got to tell me about him.
Wisconsin's quarterback hasn't played well. Like he's struggling. Like, and that'd be a big thing for Michigan because Michigan's getting after the quarterback right now, and I think that could be the big difference in that game. Is Aiden Hutchinson and Ojabo? They're going to get to. And his name slips my mind right now. Wisconsin's quarterback.
Is it Cone or something like that?
Cone is Notre Dame, but that's going to be the big difference in that game. And if they can take Wisconsin's fan base out of it early, I don't know that that's going to be a tough game for Michigan. Like the way that Michigan is playing, the way that their game is set up to go against Wisconsin, that game might be uglier than we think.
We're going to get into some NFL talk in the next segment. Again, just a reminder, Lions play on Monday Night Football tonight against the Packers. They're going all white jerseys.
One Pride City.
I mean, I'm just so excited to see this all white.
White on white on white on white on white.
And I think that is going to make them play better. Look at that. Look at those beauties.
That's
if you watch it on YouTube and Twitter.
Is it white pants as well?
White pants as well. First time ever.
That's a first.
It's sexy, man.
I mean,
that's a sexy uniform.
That just says we're here to play.
Hey, white Lions, man, they're rare.
They are
rare.
But we're going to be at O'Toole's tonight in Royal Oak from 6 to 8 for our Lions pregame show, along with our friends, our teammates, as I like to call them, at 101 WRIF RIF
people over there,
for the DraftKings Rock and Roll pregame. We hope to see you out there at O'Toole's.
Pull up on us. Come visit.
Absolutely. And if you can't come to O'Toole's, then please check us out right here on YouTube, on Twitter, on all our social media channels as well. We'll get into some NFL talk next, some big plays, and some absolutely phenomenal Gus Johnson calls.
Oh my God! Is he not the best?
He is unbelievable.
Maz is lathering
Pat
up.
McAfee and Gus Johnson, those are my guys.
Seriously,
he could call tiddlywinks and I'd watch it.
Maz is lathering up in all of his Gus Johnson. You'll hear some
Poor Vikings.
Best calls from the weekend.
My God.
Do that next. Armani and Edwards.
Woodward Sports, the bottom line.
You know why realtors love using Hall Financial as a lender? Because of our commitment to speed and service. We have nearly 4,000 five-star reviews already. Call today, 248-308-5000, or go to callhallfirst.com.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Hey everybody, it's Maz for Legacy Partners Insurance. Nobody wants to shop for insurance, but we all need it. Why not go to a local agency that knows the local insurance markets? They're independent as well. That's Legacy Partners Insurance. How come independent helps you? It's because they shop for you. If you need personal insurance like auto or home, they'll shop between 7 and 10 carriers. And if you're a commercial business owner, they shop over 50 carriers. So they make the carriers compete for your business. They've been doing it for well over 100 years, so you can trust their reputation and knowledge. It's a no-brainer. If you haven't had your insurance checked, it's gone up, I promise you. Give them a call. It's free, 586-209-4106, or go online at legacypartnersins.com/Woodward Sports. Fill out the little information that it takes. Somebody from Legacy will get back to you, and they will save you money. And if they can't, you lost nothing. But more than likely, they're going to save you something. I know that for a fact. You can save hundreds or thousands of dollars a year. Legacy Partners Insurance. Tell them Maz, Braylon, Ryan, and everyone here at Woodward Sports sent you.
If you tell them I sent you, they might deny you. they might deny you. I tell them I sent you.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think
He's
so.
uninsurable.
Can you imagine Gus Johnson reading like...
reading the show.
Hey, Legacy!
That is so great.
Tell him I sent you.
Gus Johnson in just 1 minute, but start with the game last night, really the game of the weekend, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. And I just love this. Braylon, I was so excited. I want to get your take on this. I'm watching this game, and it's 4th and 1. Are you going to punt? Are you going to punt and give the ball back to Patrick
Mahomes?
You're going to give the ball back to Patrick Mahomes? I mean, if you don't get the 1 yard, you got 10, 15 yards to go before you're in field goal range for a game-winning field goal. Yeah. Here's what John Harbaugh had to say. Read his voice, or read his lips there. Lamar, do you want to go for this?
You want to go for this?
All right. And he gets it, and they go. As a player, Braylon, when your head coach makes you a true partner in the decision-making process, what does that do for a team?
What he just did right there is he just showed Lamar how much he trusted him. When Lamar goes home and when Lamar thinks about Coach Harbaugh, he knows that Coach Harbaugh has his back. He doesn't mind putting the game on the line with him. He doesn't mind putting the ball in his hands. He wants him to be a partner in the deal that they're trying to get to, which is to win the Super Bowl in 2022. Man, that speaks volumes. Like, that's the kind of conversation. Lamar's going to go home and talk to his mom about that. He's going to talk to his friends. He's going to talk whatever. He's going to say, I'm all on board. And it shows the team. Like, that's another thing. It lets the team know how much confidence that Coach Harbaugh has in them, man. It's a dangerous thing when you give somebody that type of confidence, because now they can feel like they can do anything. I love it.
And, Maz, you called this one. You called the Ravens win over the Chiefs.
It was
Baltimore 0-3 with Lamar Jackson as quarterback against Patrick Mahomes.
Not anymore.
And the way that started out, too, you got to give Baltimore a lot of credit in this one. A pick six to start the game for Lamar Jackson.
They got guts,
They're
man.
Down the 19th running back.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not
Left
Latavius Murray
hurt.
showing up. They got the other guy. They don't even know his name.
I thought Le'Veon was going to end up being out there at one point.
It's unbelievable, the confidence that this team has. And I looked at their coaches. You got Greg Roman calling the plays. You got John Harbaugh on the sideline. And you know what? They're not sweating it.
Nah.
I mean, the Chiefs are up big. Pick six to start the freaking game. I mean, it's and then the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
And that crowd was ready for a real great game, and they got it, man. A 1-point game, a couple of missed kicks here and there, a couple of 2-point conversions that went the wrong way. What a stupid call, by the way, when they got two men in motion or you got the guy down the field.
Stupid.
You're on the 1 yard line. Your offensive lineman goes 1 yard, and they say he's ineligible because he's down the field. He went 1 yard.
Yeah.
I've always hated that call. You know what I said on Friday? I said the NFL has gotten it right so far, and it's a crapshoot sometimes with the night games. Like, look, we were just talking about that. Last Monday was good. Like, first Sunday was good. Thursday was good. Look at this Sunday. It was a great game. These are some games, man. This is the football I grew up on. Like, staying up late to watch these games and it being worth it versus staying up late to watch a blowout.
And then there's tonight.
Oh, man.
Well, look,
tonight, Detroit, they better do it for that guy that bet the $25.
Yeah, so there's this guy that bet $25 at BetMGM.
16-team parlay.
Yeah, I think it was 15 games or something.
16.
16?
Yeah.
Yes, it would have to be. But 16-team parlay, just bet on the winners, all money lines. He hit the first 15 of them. He's got the Lions tonight on the money line.
God.
So a $25 bet. If the Lions win tonight, this guy wins $736,000.
He should win $7 million.
He's
16-0.
He's showing up. He's showing up. He's giving his notice.
Right.
He's giving his notice.
Yeah, I mean, as a former gambler myself, the first thing I'm doing is going to
Bet the Packers,
all the rich people I know, and saying, "Hey, do you got $1 million?" Because you got to hedge your bet or something like, you know what I mean? You got to hedge at that point. Give me $500,000 to bet on the Packers.
That's why you're a former gambler.
Well, no, I mean, look, if you bet,
I was waiting for it.
If you bet on the Packers, $500,000, you probably net yourself $150,000.
Right.
You know,
I love the science.
So at least you win
something. We need your lab coat right now as you're breaking it down.
Either way.
It would end in a tie for your luck.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my God. That's the worst.
Can you imagine that?
No, I could. I actually could imagine that. I do want to make mention, it might have been a bad take for me to say that the Baltimore Ravens were going to be one of the 8 teams. That was my bold take, that the Baltimore Ravens. I do take it back. I mean, they looked really good against Kansas City at home, and I gave the credit to the division. I mean, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati in that division. That's a tough division. All 4 teams. I
told you the Bears
will
beat the Bengals. I told you the Bears will beat the Bengals.
And the only reason
we jumped on that one.
The only reason they beat the Bengals because Andy Dalton got hurt and left the game in the second quarter.
He came back.
I told you that I respect your logic in terms of the AFC North being a really good team division this year. And you looking at the first game with the Ravens, like, you know, they actually might not make the playoffs. I respected the tape, but the one thing I kept trying to tell you is they got a former MVP that hasn't gotten anywhere close to his prime. So when you're talking early in the year, you got an MVP guy that could be an MVP this year. He has that type of talent. I just was like, I got to wait a couple weeks before I say they won't make the playoffs.
Let me play a couple of cuts from Gus, okay? He's just a gem. Love to get him on the show sometime. We probably could do that. He's a Detroiter. Gus Johnson, okay, this is how excited he gets for the 62-yard field goal that Matt Prater, and all I was thinking about was Maz yesterday. Matt Prater kicks a 62-yard field goal for the Arizona Cardinals. He's got 10 years left.
How do you let him go?
He's got 10 years left.
What are you doing?
And that's really the curse for the Lions, right? When they get good, they're not going to have a kicker all of a sudden, right?
Oh,
you know that. But here's Gus Johnson's call. Matt Prater, 62-yard field goal to end the first half.
Clean snap, good hold. Boom! 62 yards. If you know like I know, Gus, you are in range for Prater. 62 yards. Wow!
So that's how excited he gets on the field goal. But on the other end of this spectrum, the Vikings lost the game.
Oh, man.
They were down 34-33, and they were set up for a 37-yard field goal to win the game. Chip shot. Really, anything from inside of 40 has got to be an automatic field goal in the NFL.
You would think.
He already missed an extra point, Greg Joseph did, earlier in the game. Poor Mike Zimmer on the sideline. Just concentrate on him.
Here's Greg Joseph from 37 yards out with the game on his foot.
Good lead hole for the win. Oh, my goodness, he missed it. Unbelievable. And the Cardinals survive. 34-33.
Talking about loneliest man in the world right there, man.
Look how hard they had to fight. Look at him, Braylon. These teammates. They fight so hard to get down the field, and then this guy misses a freaking field goal.
The crazy thing about the kicking position is no one cares about the kicker until they need him. Like, during practice, I talked to a lot of special teams guys. We talked to Jay, Feely. Those guys kick for 30 minutes or 20 minutes, and then they, off shooting pool or, chasing butterflies, and nobody pays them any attention. But when they get in that moment, the guys expect them to make that kick, and then they miss, and all of a sudden everybody knows their name and everybody wants to talk to them. It's an interesting position.
Don't you got to cut that guy? Seriously.
He's done.
Extra point and a chip shot,
But he's like their sixth kicker in the last 2 years. Nobody sticks in Minnesota.
They've struggled since the Seattle blunder in the playoffs.
That was like a 25-yard field goal.
That was awful.
Which further just puts an exclamation point on the fact that the Lions wouldn't pony up $2 million bucks a year to hire Prater, or to re-sign Prater.
The Vikings lost last week because he missed an extra point again. They go to overtime, and they lose on the very last play to the Bengals, and now they lose this game. Otherwise, they're 2-0.
Yeah,
you got to cut the guy.
He's losing you games.
Dallas Cowboys, we talked about how injured they were. 5 guys out of this one. You go to L.A., you face the Chargers.
I had them.
Did you?
Yeah, I picked them.
And here you go, tied at 17. Greg Zuerlein. Talk about how important it is to have a kicker. My goodness.
Break the leg.
I mean, we played against him when he first was in the league and they still were in St. Louis. That joker can kick, man.
56 yards.
It's good.
That joker can kick. And the good thing is, I love when you see kickers that come from a dome atmosphere still be able to kick outside. Because a lot of times people say something like Jason Hansen's like, oh, well, he played in the dome forever. Jason Hansen never missed on the road either. I love the kickers like Prater. Prater was kicking bombs in Denver. He comes here, he's indoor. He's in Arizona. He's still making the field goals. I love the field goal kickers that have the same the same accuracy, whether they're outside, whether they're in the dome, whether they're retractable roof. I love it.
Gotta love it. All right, guys. Time now for Man Chill Out. We'll do that 30 seconds from now. Ooh. This is Ermani and Edwards.
Woodward Sports, bottom line.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We're recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Hey guys, Levels in Centerline is now open. You know that because we've been there before. Of course, Big D Energy was there last Friday. Starting right now, you can get 10% off your order by just mentioning Woodward Sports. Whether you're in the store or on the app, make sure you mention Woodward Sports. Get you 10% off. Everything from T Grizzlies gas to D-Max Special Strain and edibles, all on sale now. Download the Enjoy Levels app today and start saving.
Right back here on Woodward Sports. Ryan Armani, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazaway. We are excited tonight. We're going to be out at O'Toole's from 6 to 8.
O'Toole's great atmosphere, man. Great atmosphere.
I'm looking forward to the food, too.
Ooh.
We're going to get something out there. You know, Maz is going to eat out there.
I haven't eaten yet. I'm ready.
I know.
I had a smoothie.
I didn't even have a bowl of cereal today.
I had 2 smoothies today, so I'm looking forward to some chicken tenders, some fries.
I've got a great Diet Coke here from Birmingham Roast.
Shout out to the people over there at Birmingham Roast.
So do I. I got one.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't eat there today, and that food is unbelievable.
I had a smoothie from there today. I had the old school banana and strawberry. You can never go wrong with the old school smoothie, man. Banana and strawberry.
That's the perfect combo.
Banana and strawberry, extra whip.
What do you like about
there,
that,
man?
Maz?
I love banana splits. So banana splits, what goes on a banana split?
I like the
bananas, strawberries, a little pineapple.
A little tartness mixed in there.
It's all good.
I could picture Maz sitting at home in like the chair, right? Everybody's got a
the
chair.
Al Bundy chair, like the chair.
Everybody's got a chair.
Of course.
He's got a TV table in front of him with
the old school TV table.
It's
like that.
Right here.
It's like that.
He's got his socks and shoes off.
Got the feet up.
Slippers guy? Slippers guy? No slippers?
Socks.
Okay. Socks
Period.
guy? Okay.
That's it.
Feet crossed at the ankles.
That's it.
Sitting there eating his banana split.
Just like Costanza.
Oh my God!
There's nothing better than a banana split.
No.
Why can I get that image out of my head right now? I legitimately can see it as you described it.
Oh my gosh, that's so great.
Either that or some grapes.
Two opposite sides of the spectrum in terms
with pretzels.
I love pretzels. I'm a pretzels guy.
Grapes and pretzels.
I'm a pretzels guy.
Great combo.
All right, guys,
roll gold or Snyder's.
Let's get right to it. Time now for Man
Chill Out.
You think it's funny?
Chill, buddy.
Pack your bags, get the hell off. Now, do you understand what you did?
Daddy, chill.
We start
What
getting
the
some of these
hell
comments.
is even that?
Go ahead, Braylon.
It's like 2 weeks in a row. No, I was just telling Maz, I was telling Ryan that I just love the people that are watching and commenting. We really appreciate it. We read it as we're going. We're reading it in real time. So shout out to Mike G. Appreciate that. We got Nick Hygiene in here. Banana and Coconut Mike. I hear that. Shout out to Khalil. Appreciate you guys, man. You guys are the reason why we do this. So just had to give you guys some love, man.
Absolutely. Love everybody there on the YouTube and the Twitter and wherever else you're watching or listening. We certainly appreciate it. This is the time of the show where something happens or somebody says something, and we just want that person to chill out. So we'll just go down the line as it's listed in the rundown.
Sounds good.
And my name is first, so I'm going to go first. Guys, I talked to you about the University of Oklahoma, the Oklahoma Sooners. I am just so against the Oklahoma
You're not a Boomer Sooner guy?
I'm just so tired of Oklahoma.
They come up a lot with you.
They are one of the most overrated football programs in college football. Now, I know a lot of people, oh, Michigan, woo, whatever. Oklahoma's probably going to lose 2 games this year, and even if they don't, it's only going to be because they have the easiest schedule
ever
of any team in the top 25 history of the game. In the history of college football, Nobody has ever had an easier schedule than Oklahoma this year.
I think they play Brother Rice next week.
Seriously, and we'll see with the Warriors if they have a chance against Oklahoma. But, they barely beat Nebraska this week. They barely hung on last week. And somehow, some way, they are still ranked a top 5 team in this country. They started off the year at number 3, and now they are number 4. And I have no idea. Actually, they started off number 2, I believe.
Should Michigan be ahead of them?
I think they should be. I think Michigan should be ahead. I think Michigan State should be ahead of Oklahoma. It is just disgusting, this love for Oklahoma. So to anybody who has a vote in the AP poll for you to continue, it's just ridiculous for you to continue to put Oklahoma as a top 5 team in this country. Here it is. At least they move Oregon ahead of Oklahoma this week. Thank you. I think Penn State should be ahead of Oklahoma. Yeah. To go on the road and beat Wisconsin, to beat Auburn.
Yeah. I agree with you on that one.
Penn State should be number 4 at least. So to all of you people
100%.
who are voting Oklahoma above Penn State.
Texas A&M is a sleeper team too.
Fine.
Ain't say anybody though.
Man, chill out. Enough.
Yeah.
Boom this.
It's funny because I wanted them to put up the rankings because I was, my argument back to you would be like, who would you have jump if you wanted somebody to
Penn State.
But as I'm looking at it, I see it. Penn State. I like Penn State. I like Texas A&M.
I think Iowa. Iowa went to Oklahoma State and won Iowa State won a football game.
Yeah. Cincinnati's undefeated and they look good. They still look good.
Man.
Oh man. I guess I'm up next, man. So I was watching the game last night, and Paul Allen, KFAN, Vikings Radio Network, he called the game last night, and he was calling the game-winning field goal, or so he thought, and he jumped it. Do we got the clip?
High snap, put down.
Right here. Oh.
It is gone! No, he missed it. Are you kidding me? He missed it right. He missed it right. Oh, my heavens.
Talk about making a mistake and flubbing one up, man. Your job as the analyst, you gotta watch it go all the way through. You gotta wait till the refs. You gotta wait till it's very decisive down the middle, or you see the ref sign telling you the field goal was good. A lot of people that were listening in their car or not maybe watching the game, you kind of screwed him with that one. You kind of screwed the pooch on that one. So to Paul Allen, who jumped the gun, and it happens, it's okay. But you jumped the gun and you're wrong. So to Paul Allen at KFAN, I say, man, chill out.
There you go.
Chill out, Paul.
Chill out.
Kind of a jerk, too, I think.
Yeah, he doesn't have a great reputation.
No.
Does not have a great reputation.
Well, maybe it's good something like this happened to him. Then.
Yeah, right.
My man chill out is not really a man chill out because I love Ryan Ermani.
Uh-oh.
But Saturday night, I'm out at the bowling alley, Harbor Lanes in St. Clair Shores. Shout out to the Luceni family.
Hey, Luceni's.
And we've got the Roll in the Rock League going. I run that league. It's a 9 o'clock league on a Saturday night. It's once a month. So most of the St. Joan parents are there, and lots of friends from the neighborhood are there. We're all having a good time. So who do I run into? I run into a guy named Paul Miley. And Paul Miley and me are talking. Before he knows it, like, hey, you got a new show. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, he says, who you working? You got Braylon Edwards? Who else you working with? I'm like, I work with my man Ryan Ermani. He's like, whoa, Ryan Ermani? You mean from Fox, Ryan Ermani? I used to coach him. I was his coach in grammar school or elementary school.
Are the rumors true? Is his jersey retired?
Well,
There he is. Look at Paul Miley.
Especially over there at St. Veronica.
St. Veronica. I'm like, hey, Ryan's like, hey, his number should be retired.
I think he might have been my 4th grade coach at East Detroit, actually.
Oh, wow. East
Number
Detroit.
67.
He said St. Veronica.
Oh, okay. St. Veronica then. Good.
Anyway, so I'm like, hey, he's been telling us how great he's been and how he should have his jersey hung up and retired. He's like, ha! Retired? Is he kidding? That thing's like, oh, where is he? Call him up right now. I'm like, well, it's kind of late. I didn't want to put him on the phone with his family and all, but he said, boy, do I love that guy. Please tell him I love him. Jersey's not going to be retired, though, but boy, do I love it. Ryan, chill out, man.
Well, that's a big mistake.
You've been up here nope, lying to us.
I have not.
Come on, Ryan.
That was a big mistake on his part.
Oh man, you've been up here fabricating,
especially at St. Veronica. I mean, come on now.
So you mean to tell me you've been fabricating all these hype stories about you?
No such thing. When I was at St. You want to talk now? If you thought I was good at Grosse Pointe South, Braylon,
Lord,
you should have seen me at St. Veronica. Now that was, I mean, I'd carry 3, 4, 5, 6, the entire team on my back into the end zone.
Are you done? Are you done?
I'll keep going.
Are you done?
I'll keep going.
It's been proven that you were fabricating.
No, dude knew me when I was in 5th grade playing offensive guard.
I don't know. 5th grade, I got some good stories. I got some good stories in 5th grade.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'm messing with you.
All right, well, both of you guys, chill out.
We love you, man.
Mavs exposed you.
We'll take your word for it.
Got to get into some Lions talk. We got Corey Woods coming up, guys, in about 30 minutes from now. Lions and Packers tonight on Monday night. We got a lot going on. One more hour of the program coming up. And then again, 6 to 8 tonight we'll be at O'Toole's in Royal Oak for the Lions pregame show, the DraftKings Rock and Roll pregame show. Our teammates with 101 WRIF. But for now, 30-second break. Right back. Lions, Packers tonight. Armani and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network. Bottom line.
Would you like to win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time?
Then watch as we turn this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
Watch the Call Sam Chopper Shop on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Papa Romano's handcrafts pizzas that have made them a Detroit favorite for over 50 years. House-made dough, hand-cut veggies, and fresh cheese make the difference. The same quality goes into all their pizzas, salads, subs, and pitas. Order now at paparomanos.com. Opa!
All right. This is great. This is fantastic, guys. Lions and Packers tonight from Green Bay. We talked about this at the top of the show, but all white for the Lions tonight. I think that does get these guys going a little bit.
Cool.
I think the major question mark for the Detroit Lions is not so much about them, Braylon, but it's about Green Bay. What Green Bay Packers team are we going to get from them?
You know what? Change is fun. Change is good. Change is new. It's something new. And so the white jerseys, it's change. It's new. It's fresh. And it's going to be received that way by the fans. I think this game is going to be an interesting game. It's going to be between, were the Lions that serious in the fourth quarter? Is that who the Lions really are? Is that their identity? Or was the first half true? And did Green Bay just have a one-game out-of-body experience and they're going to go back to being RELAX? Or is that who they are? So it's going to be exciting because somebody's going to get exposed today. Either Green Bay, that's who they really are, or the Detroit Lions, they were let to come back in the game by the 49ers.
I think we are going to learn more about the Green Bay Packers tonight than we are about the Detroit Lions, to be honest with you, because Green Bay didn't score a touchdown last week. You know, all the talk about Aaron Rodgers in the offseason and not showing up, and he's going out to L.A. and with his Hollywood girlfriend.
Don't forget Jeopardy.
Taking all this stuff, they're doing the Jeopardy, doesn't have time to come and do the workouts. I don't know what that does inside a locker room about division and everything like that. Can you just show up and everything be all sunshine and rainbows? I don't know if that could be true or not, but if it is, we are going to find out tonight. Look, they got smoked last week against the New Orleans Saints. The same team that just got smoked by the Carolina Panthers. So I don't know if that's just up-down theory in the NFL, if that's a real thing or not, and it most likely is. But I think this game will be more of a statement about what Packers team we're going to see in 2021 than what Lions team we'll see in 2021.
Yeah, I think it goes back to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Aaron is an MVP, Super Bowl winner. It has been a long time, but he still is that good. Won MVP last year, two-time league MVP. He'll figure it out. I think Aaron Rodgers will be able to figure it out because a lot of that loss, a lot of that abomination that they put on display last week against the Saints, a lot of that was on Aaron. Like a lot of that looked to be his fault, getting sacked, moving, not getting through his reads. So I think he can control that. I think he will be able to control that. So it's still interesting though. It's still going to be what Lions come up, what Green Bay comes up. But I think Aaron will play a lot better in this game. He will settle in a little bit. It's going to see what the rest of the team does. I think once he settles in, then I think the people around him can settle in. The players around him, they can settle in and have more confidence.
This is one of the more hard games to, put my finger on, Maz, in a long time, because I could see this one being like 50-0 or 50-7 in favor of Green Bay, and I could see the Packers just completely falling apart and the Lions clipping them off on the road. I could envision that.
Well, we've never seen or haven't seen Green Bay what they did against New Orleans last week. We have not seen that. I don't remember the last time they got thumped like that from the beginning to the end of the game, scoring 3 points only. Aaron Rodgers being a non-factor. Their running game, Aaron Jones being a non-factor. We've not seen that. So you have to look at it as, did they actually fall off the cliff this off season, or is that like what I say as a horse player? You throw out that really good horse player. You throw out that really good horse. Yeah. You throw out that clunker that he just threw in, and you bet 100 to win on him tonight because you're going to get better odds on him right now. I will say this. Vegas usually knows, and the spread's gone up from 10.5 to almost 11.5.
Sometimes it just happens like that. I played a game. I'll give you an example. In 2010, when I was with the New York Jets, we were going against New England. It was a Monday Night Football. The Jets we were 9-2. We're 9-1 or 9-2. They were 9-2 as well. Same exact records. We go into the game, and we just didn't have it that night. Like, we went up there and we laid an egg. It was 49-3. Like, they beat us bad, and it was just one of those things where it just wasn't working anywhere. The defense couldn't stop Brady. Offense, we couldn't get the ball. We couldn't run the ball. We couldn't pass the ball. We couldn't protect. We couldn't block. We couldn't make field goals. Coaches were going at it a little bit with each other. It just was one of those games, and they happen sometimes. You see it in the NBA. You see a team get blown out by 50. And when we play New England again in the playoffs later on, we beat New England in the playoffs. So I don't know if that win will necessarily represent who Green Bay is at their core. Like Larrabee said, they had a great training camp. So I think you just have to take that one. Hey, it just was a game. It happened. Things like that happen. Like Matt said, we haven't seen that in forever with the Green Bay Packers as being quarterbacked by Aaron Rodgers. So I just think once in a lifetime things like that happen, and you just move forward.
For as great as Aaron Rodgers is, other than Tom Brady, when quarterbacks get to a certain age, when it falls, it totally falls.
Yeah.
And again, don't misunderstand what I'm saying here. I am not counting Aaron Rodgers.
I'm about to say just won MVP last year.
At all. I'm not. But there is such a thing as when it falls off the cliff, I mean, it dives down the cliff. And I'm not saying that's where Aaron Rodgers is, but that's what happens to older quarterbacks. He is 38 years old. I don't know if he's in love with football anymore like Tom Brady seems to be invigorated with football, loves football, wants to study it, wants to play it, wants to be around it. I don't get that sense from Aaron Rodgers, and it is going to fall off one day. Is that one day now or 2 years from now or next year or whatever? I don't know. But we're going to find out tonight. I think we're going to get a really good indication of where this thing is tonight.
Yeah, I don't think you come off from winning the MVP and all of a sudden you lose the love for football, or it's nosediving a lot faster than maybe he thought, and maybe he wasn't there. Like we've seen pictures. Like, Aaron's aging quick. Aaron's aging fast. I don't know if this offseason aged him in terms of the thought process of Green Bay, in terms of what the front office was doing. Was he going to stay? Was he going to leave? So maybe it might take it. Now, the one thing I will say is it takes you longer to get into a rhythm the older you get. Like, I'm the same age as Aaron. I know, like, when I was playing, when I was 25, I can just run out there and go play. I can, miss something for an injury and come right back. But when you're not there, when you're not at OTAs, when you're not working with the team, when you're not working out yourself, when you're not dialing in mentally to studying game tape, studying film, studying an opponent, it takes you longer to get back into that rhythm. And I think he's seeing that. Like, it's just not jumping to training camp. Boom, you're right there. He needs some games to get in the rhythm.
Listen to these numbers on the gambling line right now at MyBookie. This tells you that I don't think the Lions are going to win tonight.
Uh-oh.
Green Bay on the money line is minus 620. That's huge.
Jesus.
It means you have to bet $620
to win
100.
Or 62 to win 10.
Right.
The Lions are plus 460. That's a heavy underdog. For an 11.5 dog, you don't usually see it, the money line that big. I can't see them staying in this game just from looking at the Vegas numbers.
Here's how they
Some
do
money
stay
to be
in
made on the Lions.
Yeah, here's how they do stay in the game, though. And Wayne Larrivee, and we had a conversation with Wayne Larrivee. We'll play that for you tonight on our pregame show coming up tonight at 6 o'clock at O'Toole's in Royal Oak. We invite all of you out to that. They can run the football.
Yes.
If they can... Last week,
and Green Bay doesn't defend the run very well.
No.
If they can somehow stay in this game to where the run game is at least even an option for them. Look, last week in the opener, the Lions get down 38-10. You got to abandon the run. They were rushing the football pretty good, but the score dictated the fact that they just couldn't run anymore, so they had to go away from it. But, we'll see what they can do against this. If they can stay in the game where that run game is, somewhat a threat, and you could do that, you could hang around with these guys, and you take your puncher's chance at the end of the game.
In an ideal situation, this is how the first drive goes for the Detroit Lions. 14 plays, heavy on the run, and then a pass touchdown by Jared Goff. That will take out the cheeseheads, the crowd. That would take the crowd out. That would calm the cheeseheads down, put pressure on Aaron Rodgers and that struggling offense, at least as we saw last week. It will relax the Detroit Lions as an offense and as a team. Like that, in a perfect world, that's the scenario. If that happens, I'm telling you, watch out for the Lions.
Jamal Williams against his old team. You don't think he's got a little something for him? He's got a little something for him tonight.
His every interview since training camp has had a little something to say about Green Bay.
We mentioned this a little bit for college football. I'm going to mention it tonight with teams in the NFC North, too. Is it Green Bay and everybody else, or is Green Bay bad? You might learn tonight whether or not this division is up for grabs in the NFC North. We'll get to that next. Hermione Edwards.
Woodward Sports, the bottom line. Hey, watch out for the Bears, man.
Dude,
Okay, you thirsty little spin goblins. I want you to pedal into the next dimension. Spin it! Spin! Spin! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame. Spin! Spin! Spin till you bleed!
Don't ride the bike of shame. Come to Planet Fitness and find your own lane with tons of equipment, free fitness training, and no hissing. Join today for just $10 a month.
Guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff. Football 5 days a week. What do you do on Tuesday and Wednesday? I don't know. You wait for Maction or something like that. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. All you got to do, walk in, sign in, sit down, and before you know it, you are handsome and clean. Get to Lady Jane's, open every day, 7 days a week, open 10 to 8. Walk in anytime. It is wicked awesome. If you're a team in the NFC North, and I think we're going to learn about this with the Detroit Lions tonight too, I think you should feel pretty good about yourselves.
Yeah.
You may be able to win this division at 8-9. That's how bad I think this division is.
It's like an NFC East win.
It is like the NFC East. And look, if you're 8-9 and you win, does it matter if you win the division at 8-9 or 13-4?
No.
You still win the division, get a home game. I think this division could be in a situation where 8-9 gets it done.
It doesn't matter how you win a division. It matters that you win the division or that you get a chance to be in the playoffs. You've seen teams. Look at the Steelers in 2006. The Steelers that won the 2006 Super Bowl. They were a wild card. They were 8-9-7, or just a bad year. They snuck in. They got in. They got a chance. Yeah, Carson Palmer gets injured in the playoffs. They beat the Bengals. So I just think you want to be in. Doesn't matter how you do it. Detroit hasn't won a division in how many years now? They would love to win a division any way possible.
Listen, man, don't poo-poo the North yet, the NFC North. Don't poo-poo them. The Vikings are a kicker away from 2-0. They're a very good offensive team. The Packers, you're quitting on them after one freaking game?
I'm not.
They win 13 games a year.
I'm not, but I just don't think it's as automatic as everybody thinks it is.
But they're not an 8-win team. I don't care. They're not an 8-win team. It's at least 11, 12 wins for the Packers this year.
I don't know that.
At least.
And maybe because the division is just that bad. I think this division is the worst in football.
It's early. I think it is early. You see, Chicago got to win. Chicago finally got to win. Minnesota, like you said, they're a kicker away
Chicago
from being
won by
2-0.
default. Somebody had to win that game.
Why? You like Cincinnati.
But a win is
you
a win,
said it.
though.
I'm big on Joe Burrow.
I love
I'm
Joe
big
Burrow.
on Cincinnati.
A win is a win.
I love
You know
what
how hard
they're
it is to
doing.
get a win in the NFL? Like, NFL is the hardest league to get a W in, and they got one.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. I just
think it's like your college football stance that you've been saying all season, and you've been right on the money with it. It's just open. Everywhere is open. Like, everywhere is open. You're looking at it like anybody can win on any given Saturday, on any given Sunday. Teams can win. I just think it's a balanced playing field, and teams will grow into teams that are going to run away with the division.
The NFL has set it up.
Yeah.
So any also-ran can be a comeback player of the year team inside of 2 seasons. The only team that hasn't taken advantage of it
is Detroit
is the Lions.
Well, the Lions did do that. I mean, they were 0-16, and 3 years later they were in the playoffs.
That's true. I forgot about that.
I mean,
and they had a good 2-year run.
Yeah.
Then here we are again.
But I'm just saying it did happen.
You're right.
And that's how I feel about this team. And I almost want – I look at the Lions offense and I look at college football, and I almost need them to not be horrifically bad to where they're in a top 5 pick, to where they feel forced to take a quarterback, because there isn't a quarterback in this draft class coming out that I think is better than Jared Goff.
Not yet, at least.
No.
Your Trey Lance hasn't popped up yet. You're gonna
Very
find.
true.
You're gonna find a couple of those guys.
Quarterback for Malik from Liberty. Malik from Liberty.
I like him actually. I have watched him, and I did point out him as being one of those guys that I like. But if you
Spencer Rattler,
if
baby.
Chad is watching right now.
He loves Spencer.
He loves Spencer Rattler. If you draft Spencer Rattler, you're going to be drafted in the top 5 for many years to come.
And then and you're going to be stuck at the bottom for many years to come.
He's just not the guy.
How about Sam Howell of UNC?
Worse, you're going to be drafted in the top 3.
Mitch Trubisky-esque.
I mean, it's just there isn't a quarterback in this draft that is better than Jared Goff.
How about Tua's brother?
Is he?
He's not ready.
No, he's not ready.
He's not ready to come out
class.
yet.
He's not in this
But he's
class.
up on the Heisman list.
Fine. He's not in this class. I'm just saying, we as Detroit Lions fans need Jared Goff to be the guy.
We do.
And I feel like if you're out of the top 10 of the draft, then at least you protect this organization from themselves in feeling forced to pick a quarterback with that first pick.
There's a quarterback in Houston that's been hasn't played yet either. Just waiting his turn. Houston Texans. Deshaun Watson. Still waiting around, still there. He's not going to ever play in Houston again.
News today.
He's going to be somewhere. The Dolphins don't have Tua now. I can't see them not making a deal. I can't.
Deshaun might be like Paul Crew. He might be playing this behind bars team.
The Houston Texans, by the way, mentioning that Deshaun Watson will not be active for the Texans, even if Tyrod Taylor
is
out.
He's already out. Thursday night, he's out.
I'm sorry.
Tyrod Taylor first half. Oh my God!
Come on, like seriously, Tyrod Taylor. Is there a player
that you wanted more for?
He's just always hurt. He's a good quarterback.
Great teammate, great leader.
Like, guy's got like, why is he always hurt? And it seems to be a different injury all the time. It's not like, his right hamstring is always hurt now. Right. Like, it's that chronic right hamstring. I mean, this guy's got
that same left ankle.
How about
right
Wentz?
Hamstring, a left.
Wentz is worse. Wentz is like he's a walking skeleton.
But at least, but at least like Wentz, you hand the keys to the car to Wentz no matter what. Tyrod Taylor has had to fight and claw for every opportunity he's ever had.
I'd rather have Tyrod Taylor than Carson Wentz.
Oh, yeah. And twice on every day and twice on Sunday.
Yes. Not even close.
Not even a discussion.
Not even close.
Poor Indy. There's another team that's right there, yet they can't.
The defense
they can't do it. They cannot get out of their own way.
Well, Frank Reich really outcoached himself yesterday. I mean, they had 11 plays with goal to go and came up with 0 points yesterday.
They threw a 91-yard pass and didn't score.
That's embarrassing.
How
that was the Eagles.
Happen?
My bad. That was the Eagles.
Okay, but Indianapolis, I mean, you go for it on 4. Like, how don't you get any points 11 plays with goal to go?
He doesn't know.
That's how you lose
we
football
don't know.
games.
Well, Matthew Stafford won it, man.
That's how you get fired.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford won that game.
As soon as I tweeted out yesterday, too, that I've never seen Matthew Stafford look so
See
good.
That smile.
He threw a pick 6.
Right after, too.
So
Guess what?
easy.
He was still happy because he's got Cooper Kupp to throw to.
Yeah.
Those two, number 9 and number 10, they're gonna break some records this year.
The thing that I'm looking at when I watch Matt Stafford and you watch Cooper Kupp and you just watch the dynamic that they have on offense is when you're in a bad situation and you make mistakes, like you throw a pick 6 or you miss tackles or you push field goals, when you're in a losing environment, when the mentality is already right there, when things happen, it immediately shifts hard. Mm-hmm. Like that shift is quick. Like you go into a game optimistic and then the first time something happens, your switch has already flipped to, here it is, same old Detroit Lions. You're not seeing that with Matt Stafford out there in L.A., and I know it's only been 2 games because the atmosphere is better. Your consistency is better. The people that you're looking at, the energy is there. The fan base is there. You're not people throwing a pick, and they're like, oh, they're rah, rah, rah. You throw a pick, people are like, all right, so what? All right, we'll get the next one. Except it's easy to play in an environment like that when you're not afraid that you're good. Like that play will go right back to that losing mentality.
Hey, our guy on YouTube, one of our guys, Benjamin Foe, says, how about Arch Manning? How old is Arch Manning? The kid.
17.
Yeah,
he's a freshman or a sophomore?
He's a class of 2023, I think. 2023. He what? 4 touchdowns, 288.
He's not going to be a bad little quarterback.
No, but I mean, how long do you want to be bad? You know, I mean, if the Detroit Lions are drafting Arch Manning, you're in another regime. Seriously.
No, really. I mean, Dan Campbell's got a 6-year deal. He does.
I don't think you want to be drafting Arch Manning on the 6th year of your deal, though.
Seriously, I mean, you're on another regime. How much losing can you do? How much it's sick.
Hey, if anybody can figure it out, the Lions can figure out how much losing to do.
Speaking of which, he's not a Lion, but he's a Detroiter. I do want to give a shout out to Brandon Graham, former University of Michigan guy. He had a season-ending torn ACL yesterday. Love that guy, and he's just one of the best people. So
most humble guys you'll ever meet.
Absolutely, does a lot of work in the community. Went down yesterday. Yesterday felt like a lot of injuries too in the NFL. I don't know what that is. It just seemed to be an extra amount of injuries yesterday in week 2. Are guys not coming together? The off-season programs anymore not working out?
Well, they're not playing. They're not hitting pads during the summer anymore. Just a couple of times. It's different now. It's a different game, man.
Yeah, I think the body gets used to it. Like when you're consistently in pads, you're consistently practicing, you're working out, you're doing all those things, kind of 9 months year round, your body gets used to all those moves, the jumping, the stomping, the torque that you put on your knees and your body. Like the way in which they go about it now, it's a lot of half pad practices. It's a lot less stress, a lot less strenuous on the body from a year round basis. You're starting to see all those injuries now. I'm wondering, is that because of it? Because guys aren't working at full speed level anymore. Like everything is in the weight room versus on the field.
Yeah, everything seems to be a walkthrough. I'm a little unclear as to why that is too. It just felt like a lot of injuries yesterday. Guys, we've got our guy, Woodward Sports Network beat writer Corey Woods. He's down covering the game at Lambeau, I guess, over. Not down, over in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Covering the team. We're going to check in with him next. What's the latest? What's happening? Lions and Packers tonight from Green Bay. Armani and Edwards.
Woodward Sports, the bottom line.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Hey guys, it's Maz. Who doesn't want to beat their sports book? Everybody wants to beat their sports book. So get that advantage today. Download BetQL, the only app you'll ever need to make smart bets. Their Best Bets computer model scans over 350,000 unique bets per year to give you the best recommendation and the reasoning behind why you should place the bet. BetQL's best bet algorithm went 13-2 on 5-star bets during the Week 1's NFL games between Thursday and Sunday. Plus, their platform's got all the data and analytics you'd ever need. Head to the App Store or Google Play Store right now and download BetQL. Enter the discount code WSN at payment checkout for 25% off their subscription. Don't miss out the chance to beat your sports book this season. BetQL. That's all you're going to need.
All right, Lions and Packers tonight from Green Bay, Lambeau Field. And we've got our guy, Corey Woods, on the line with us live from Lambeau. How you doing, Corey?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Man, did you hear that energy?
Fantastic. He's ready.
I feel it. I feel it all the way here in Birmingham, man.
Hey, man, I feel the energy because, you know, the Packers fans are giving it to me, the Lions fans are giving it to me. And you know what's crazy? A lot of people down here, they already recognize the logo on the shirt.
Check that out.
Woodward Sports, let's go, baby. Hey, Corey, give us a sense, set the scene for us right now on a Monday night. What's it like to be in Green Bay as they get ready to host a Monday night football game?
Well, I'm pretty sure if you guys have ever been downtown sometimes or downtown Detroit, we may have some guys with a microphone who are down there promoting, you know, religion or whatnot. Now, don't make fun of anybody's religion, but these Packers fans were crossing the street, and this guy said, Jesus did not die so you can become Packers fans. And, I mean, hey, I'm not going to go there just to say, I agree. But, you know, the scene down here is really lively. Everybody's ready for the game. It's just really energetic out here, so I'm feeding off everybody else's energy.
Corey, Braylon, man, good to hear from you, man. Ryan and I have been going back and forth trying to figure out what were we going to see. Were we going to see Green Bay have another performance like they did last week, or were we going to see the Detroit Lions start and finish the game like they finished it last week against the 49ers? What's your take on the game? Like, what are you feeling? Give me your inside your mind right now, Corey. What do you think? What you got going? What's happening?
Well, I'm hoping it's not a repeat of last year because I don't know if you guys saw my Twitter, but the Lions did play the Packers last year on today's date, 9/20, at Green Bay, and that was a 42-21 loss. So I'm hoping it's not a repeat of that, but I think that, you know, it's still Aaron Rodgers over there. They're coming off of a tough loss. When you hear that, Aaron Rodgers don't like their ass up. So that's really right now. I don't want to see the mad Aaron Rodgers play. He's got great. You know, they have some things going on with their team. I'm thinking it's going to be a close game. Aaron Rodgers is going to get off. But I think the Lions running, I think that's going to be something to look out for. Jamal Williams, homecoming from him. I'm thinking he's going to get somewhere close to about 100 yards. Maybe not to get to 100, but I expect 2 touchdowns out of him. I'm thinking it might be a 35-32 Lions.
Hey, are you in the parking lot or are you up in the press box?
I am out with the people right now in the parking lot.
There you go.
Sound like you were about to get beat up. We had to send reinforcements in, man. Now you're back.
Oh man, I'm from 7 Mile. They don't want no smoke.
That's right.
Hey, how do you like that scene? Isn't it a beautiful stadium? I mean, it's like second to none, if you ask me.
I will say this: just being down around everything around the stadium, I will agree with you. It is second to none because this is really like this is like football country out here. So I got to give them that. It's intense, and the thing is, it's 2 o'clock here, 3 o'clock there, and they've already gotten started out there playing with the. They do a little bit of everything out here, and they're drinking.
Yeah, I would actually agree with both of you guys 100%. The thing I do like about Lambeau Stadium and Lambeau Field, like what they were able to do is they've done so many modifications to the outside. They've made it state-of-the-art, but they've kept the same integrity of the original bowl in the stadium. Like, you can still feel the integrity, but they've gotten new with the times. I think that's one thing that they've done extremely well.
Hey, Corey, I wanted to ask you as well, because you made mention that, how do the Lions win this game? They do so on the ground, pounding with Jamal Williams, bit of a homecoming for him, DeAndre Swift, what have you. It's just so easy. Everybody assumes this is a get-right spot for the Green Bay Packers, but I don't know if it's that easy. What sense do you get from this game? And you may have given it a little bit of an indication with your prediction there, but I don't think this is an automatic Green Bay get-right spot for them, like most people probably do.
I don't think it's an automatic win for them, and you know what? The reason why I say that is Braylon can probably speak to Braylon. Braylon can definitely speak to more than this than I can, but I'm just assuming that from how they finished the game, last game, if they can just carry that same intensity over for 4 quarters, the Lions at least have a shot because they fought. And I think if you have a team that is fighting, and you have a team like Green Bay that has been dealing with drama all season, the Lions can catch them slipping if they fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yep. Hey, Corey, go get to where you need to be. Enjoy hanging out with the people there.
Have some fun, man.
We're going to check back in with you tonight for our DraftKings Rock and Roll pregame show from O'Toole's tonight in Royal Oak. We'll do that from 6 to 8. Thanks, Corey.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, if you start having too much fun, take the logo off.
All right.
That's great. Corey Woods, everybody. Follow him on Twitter at Corey E.
Always
Woods,
love his energy.
Corey
man.
with a K, and providing some great insight there, covering the Detroit Lions for Woodward Sports Network. And it's great to hear Corey say that in Green Bay, even people are recognizing the logo as we try to grow over here.
It feels good to us. We're truly building something. We feel good about what we're building, Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line, me, you, Maz, Fish, Alex. It feels good to believe it, but then also see it and have people represent us out there all the way in Lambeau. So in Green Bay, it feels good. Yeah.
I've been to a lot of stadiums, and obviously I want to go out to that L.A. and see that SoFi Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go out to Seattle. I want to sit in the Hawk's Eye, sitting in that thing. But when I went to Lambeau Field, I wound up. My wife was going to Northern Michigan at the time, so I go up to the UP. I pick her up. We got our good friends Joe and Nicole Nagy.
Hey, Joe and Nicole Nagy.
We all get in the car and we go from Northern Michigan and drive up to Lambeau Field, and it was amazing, man. That was the most fun I ever had at a football game. The fans were great. Yeah. You get those seat heaters. We went in December, you get those seat heaters. They give them to you. You sit on. They're benches. Just like Michigan Stadium, but they're wood benches. I think they might have changed them since I was there in the 90s. But what a freaking place that is. That is football heaven, man. It truly is.
I've never been to Lambeau, but one of the, obviously, I think the best stadium I've ever been to, and God, I've been to all the great baseball ones.
Likewise.
Every great baseball
Wrigley,
one.
Fenway, Yankee.
But
Tiger.
When I walked into Yankee Stadium for the first time, the old Yankee Stadium, I mean, that was just like, I almost wanted to cry.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful.
You know what I mean? But that's why you're a sports fan, though, right? I mean, when I was on the field at Fenway Park, covering the Tigers and Red Sox, I'm like, a kid from East Detroit, grew up on Juliana Street. You know what I mean? What am I doing here on the field at Fenway Park covering a game for Fox Television?
I love.
You know what I mean? What am I doing here?
I love hearing you guys talk about your passion. Just like when Maz told that story about walking on, big house. It's something about the energy that never leaves like major stadiums and iconic stadiums. Like when you walk in there and you sit down or you're walking and you feel the past. Like you feel in Fenway Park, you feel it. You feel Big Poppy's home run. You feel in Yankee Stadium, you feel like it. So It's just electric, man. You can't describe that feeling, man. You just go in there.
Was it different for you to play at Lambeau Field as opposed to playing at Ford Field?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Has to
and
be.
it's a game. It's you think it's like any other game, and you try to say yourself like yo, this is just another game. Go out there, 1, 2, 3, catch the ball. Catch the ball, see it in, put it in the tuck, make sure no mental errors. Go out there, nothing. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you're just in certain arenas and certain stadiums. It's just different. Like Lambeau is different. It's like when you're in college and you go play down in South Bend and you see Touchdown Jesus in the background, or it's a night game and you're in the SEC and you're playing at Death Valley. As like some stadiums just have it. Like college, even like Texas A&M College Station, some stadiums just have it, and you're like, all right, I lied. It's not like any other game. It's not like any other game. I got to really be doing it today.
So. Listen, we took Lily down for her birthday. She came for home for the weekend from MSU. We took her down to Corktown. We had brunch down there in Corktown. So what's there now?
Pal.
The corner ballpark. The ballpark at the corner. And listen, man, as a Jersey guy, New York guy that loved Yankee Stadium and Shea Stadium, when I met Kathy and I got to come to Tiger Stadium for a couple of opening days before I actually moved here in '93, it's still, honestly, Tiger Stadium is my all-time favorite ballpark and stadium of any place. When I go down there, I cry. I tear up. Yeah. I still do. When I get off at Trumbull and I don't see the towers, the light towers, and the transformer that Reggie hit in the '71 All-Star game, honestly, I feel it goes through my body. I just feel it hurt me yesterday to see that little ballpark there, although I'm glad they're still playing baseball at the corner.
It's funny when you say that, because I noticed that too when first time I passed the Silverdome, and the Silverdome was no longer there.
There's another one.
And the Silverdome was no longer there. Like, it did something to me. Like, I remember going to those games with my dad, the Thanksgiving games. I just remember going there, and then it wasn't there. I remember going to a golf outing in Rochester and having to get off on the pier and not seeing the Palace of Auburn Hills.
I
watched championships.
I
watched championships there.
Gorgeous place.
Like, it does something to you when it's no longer there. You look to the left and like, wait, where the hell?
I complained driving out to the Palace. I miss it.
Absolutely.
I miss it.
Yeah, I do too.
I can't believe that place isn't there
Best
anymore.
concerts
it's
ever,
like a state-of-the-art facility.
There was a chance Oakland University tried to buy it.
Yeah.
And they got close to buying it. And I wish Neil probably can give us the inside info. We'll ask him tonight when he's with us down at O'Toole's. But that's a sin, man, to knock that building down.
Without question. Without question. So, speaking of down there tonight, we're going to be at O'Toole's Lions-Packers Rock and Roll pregame show with our friends from WRIF 101 WRIF. We'll be there at O'Toole 6 to 8 tonight. We hope to have you along with us. Guys, there was a moment that happened in baseball between two flat-out superstars. Yeah. An argument in the dugout, and a pretty significant one. We'll show it to you. We'll react to it. We'll do that next. This is Armani and Edwards.
Woodward Sports, the bottom line.
Opa! Introducing Papa Romano's new Greek pizza. A tasty blend of bold Greek flavors and Mediterranean toppings, including feta cheese and Greek dressing. Get a large Greek pizza for a limited time for $16.99. Order now at paparomanos.com.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Hey guys, Guardian Alarm gets it. A good defense on and off the field helps you feel secure. Guardian Alarm has the state-of-the-art technology that helps you feel safe, all with 24/7 local monitoring. Guardian Alarm also has convenient features that let you check in on your home, control lights and temperatures, detect smoke or carbon monoxide. It will even let you lock and unlock doors. Are you kidding me? Call 800-STAY-OUT today. That's 800-STAY-OUT. Stay out. Stay out.
You just sold me.
Guardian Alarm has been trusted for over 90 years at keeping families safe. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts.
Stay out.
Get out. Stay out.
Stay out.
Get out.
I'm sold.
Speaking of staying out, the San Diego Padres right now are out of any playoff. I don't want to say contention, but they're certainly on the outside looking in right now. The San Diego Padres 3.5 games back of the St. Louis Cardinals right now for that second wild card spot. Fernando Tatis Jr., in my opinion, and in many people's opinion, the best, most exciting young player in all of baseball.
It's not even close.
And maybe Vlad Guerrero Jr. is in that conversation.
What a stud.
Shohei,
of course.
Shohei Ohtani.
He's on top of it all.
Just some really great young baseball players in the major leagues right now. But apparently Manny Machado, who is one of the leaders of the San Diego Padres team, and I don't know what happened here, the interaction, but whatever it was, Machado was not having it with Fernando Tatis Jr. Take a look at this rare sight among superstars. Well, there you have it. I mean, look, the San Diego Padres. San Diego Padres are 2-8 in their last 10 games.
Yeah, they're skidding.
The St. Louis Cardinals go 9-1 in that time span to not only overtake but to run away with.
Distance.
I don't want to say run away with it, but a 3.5 game lead with 12 games to play is a pretty significant lead, I'd say.
Nobody wants that second wild card in the National League. I mean, the teams that are chasing it are almost at 500 baseballs. Nobody wants it. In the American League, there's a lot of teams that want it right now.
Yeah.
Well, whoever gets it, I mean, most likely you're going to lose to the Dodgers, but you take your chances, right? I mean, that's why you play the game.
Especially St. Louis. You know how they sneak into things. Before you know it, they win the freaking World Series.
Right.
That's how they do it.
You can tell Manny's mad about something, though, man. He's mad about that slide. You can see the anger and the frustration boil over. Like you said, we don't know exactly what took place, but just kind of hearing what we heard there, I think it was one of those things where Tatis, who's a young player, did something or that cost the Padres or that hurt their team. And I think Manny, as the leader, is trying to let him know. He's calling him out. You're starting to see that more often. Like it's all through sports. You start seeing it in baseball, basketball, football, hockey to a certain extent, college even. I think it's okay if you guys get on the same page. I think don't let the fans, like you heard the fan at the end, he said, "Aren't you guys on the same team?" It's like, yeah, we're on the same team, and we need to check each other. We need to hold each other accountable. Like, once they get back on the same page, I'm for it.
Braylon, I love this. And I'll tell you why. So many times now, so many people are afraid to say anything to anybody. So many people are afraid to challenge other people, whether it's...
Especially young guys.
Exactly. And I think it's okay for Manny Machado to get into Tatis Jr.'s face a little bit. These young players, and I don't mean to make a generalization, but if you're under the age of 25, you have been coddled seemingly, for the most part, okay? There is no 100% of anything. But these younger superstar players have been coddled. They have been told yes. They have everything at their pleasure and are never... Do coaches challenge them?
No.
Do coaches get in their face?
Because they're scared to, just like you said.
Exactly.
They'll get fired.
And the only time you have an opportunity to be told how it really is if one of your peers who is the same stature or a little bit above or even a little bit below gets in your face and tells you how it is.
Well, go ahead.
I don't know. I love this, and maybe I'm making too big of a generalization about younger players, but I love this. I love it.
I like it because it's authentic. Like it's genuine. You can tell. You can tell that Manny cares about his teammates. You can tell he cares about Tatis. You can tell he cares about the Padres organization. He's mad that they've slid to let the Cardinals sneak in there, and he's showing. He's telling you, and he's saying, "I'm tired of it. Enough is enough." And that looked like an enough is enough type moment where, like, as a leader, I have to have this moment with you, or I would not be true to myself. That's why I love it so much, because it's authenticity is what we've been talking about this year. Dan Campbell, authentic. Manny Machado in this moment, authentic. I love the authenticity of these moments.
We all had was the Padres and the Dodgers. That was going to be the NLCS.
The fight to the finish.
It was going to be a fight to the finish, and the Padres have skid a couple of times this year. They still have all the tools to pull it back in and try to catch up and maybe get a date with the Dodgers, who they kind of have it's still a great war between those two. Mookie Betts.
Oh, I love
mean,
Mookie
what a stud he is. The other day he goes and gets a home run ball from the opposing team. The guy hits a home run. Mookie walks up to the outfield. He says, "Hey, let me have that ball back if you don't mind. I'll take care of you. Give me that ball back. Let me give it to the kid." They throw it back to him. He walks it into the rookie from, I forgot the team they were playing. And what does Mookie do? He comes back with one of his bats and gives it to the guy.
It's awesome.
It's good stuff out there. And thanks to Steve on Twitter reminding me that. It's good. You saw it too, Bray. It was fun.
It's good for these moments because you've seen some bad moments from fans and players in the last about year and a half. You've seen some bad moments. So it's great to see these moments. You had Cole Beasley last week on Twitter saying that, find a way to get to the game and I'll pay for it. You get Mookie going in there, getting the ball, but making an even exchange for it. These are the moments you want to see, man. These are the moments that bring sports. So the more we can, the more we got to post them out there, put these moments out there.
Conversely, I do want to mention, kudos to Fernando Tatis Jr. as well for not seemingly getting back in Machado's face.
He took his medicine.
He took his medicine and went back out to the field. And I think that shows some real growth as well. So kudos to him for that. You mentioned the Dodgers, Mookie Betts.
Shows respect, too. He respects Machado a lot.
Without question. Yeah. You mentioned the Dodgers, Maz. How about Max Scherzer, an ERA of 0.78? 9-0.
He hasn't lost.
That's a Doyle Alexander right there, right? That's a Doyle Alexander. Doyle Alexander got traded for John Smoltz back in '87. Went 9-0 with the Tigers.
I hope they have a similar fate.
Nice.
I don't want the Dodgers to win. But Max Scherzer over 3,000 strikeouts.
Crazy, man.
Listen. Did we get rid of the wrong guy? I mean, let's face it. As Tiger fans, we had one of the best staffs that you could ask for, pitching staffs. But it was always opening day. Who's going to get the ball? Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander. Justin Verlander always got that opening day start.
I think he deserved it.
And who did we keep? We went with Justin Verlander. They gave Max Scherzer some crap offer that you knew he was going to turn down, and then he left. He left town and went to the Nationals, won a World Series there. But did we not give enough effort to keep a guy like Max Scherzer? Look at Robbie Ray. We tossed him away. He could win the AL Cy Young Award if Shohei Ohtani wasn't in that league this year.
Yeah,
another bad move.
Max Scherzer is a great pitcher, and he was a great at the time. I have for the Detroit Tigers. I just think they had too much money tied up. They had too much money tied up in Prince and Miggy as well as JV. And it's just something about JV, like the way he endeared himself to the fans. I think the fans felt very a part of his story, a better part of his life. Birmingham, gets married. The fans were there for that. They're there for everything that's happened, the big moments. Like it just seemed like he was like the fan favorite, kind of like hallmark moment versus Scherzer.
How's it looking now?
He embraced us.
They both won championships.
How's it looking now?
Look, they both won World Series titles.
Who would you rather have?
Justin Verlander.
Oh, you're crazy.
Scherzer.
Max Scherzer's just. You just said what you just did.
I'm just saying back then.
See?
I'm saying did we miss out on the wrong?
No, I don't think so.
Because you'd have traded Scherzer already, just like you traded Verlander. You'd have traded Scherzer in 2017.
You would have gotten something for him at least.
Yeah.
I mean, whose fault is that? That is not Justin Verlander's fault.
I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm saying did we not take better care of Max Scherzer?
We waited too late.
Yeah, I mean, who are you going to get? That Verlander trade. Well, they did get Jake Rogers, who's seeming a nice player.
Yeah, but he's got Tommy John surgery.
Yeah, he's terrible.
He's out for a year. I mean, they got nothing out of the deal. Nothing.
They look good now, though. They're figuring it out.
How do you get nothing?
They got two guys that one blew out his shoulder, the other guy blew out his elbow.
Hey, guys, videos of the day. We'll do that next. A rugby play that you absolutely have to see. Armani and Edwards.
It's Woodward Sports, the bottom line.
Fellas, football season is here. It's time to make your grooming experience easy like Sunday morning. Get to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk in, relax, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Get to Lady Jane's, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
You know why realtors love using Hall Financial as a lender? Because of our commitment to speed and service. We have nearly 4,000 5-star reviews already. Call today, 248-308-5000, or go to callhallfirst.com.
How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I can't believe, as always, once we get to the last segment of the show, it's like, wow, it's 3:50 already.
I'm already looking ahead at the menu.
6 to 8, baby. I'm ready to eat right now.
O'Toole's.
I'm hungry.
Get some good wings there too.
I'm ready.
I really
I'm ready.
don't. I don't want to eat too horribly. I've got a figure to.
Excuse us.
Yeah, I just, I'm very particular about my figure. And I can't.
Hey, Ryan, shut up.
Man, chill out, right?
Hey, man. It's Monday night.
Yeah, it is Monday night, and we are excited to put together a DraftKings Rock and Roll pregame show 101 WRIF RIF. We're going to be on there as well as on Woodward Sports Network. We hope all of you watch and listen. If you can't come on out, we'd love to see you out there at O'Toole's, though. But
I'm excited, man.
Yeah, it's
anytime you can put Detroit on display for the whole world, I'm always excited. Being a native Michigander, just like yourself, whenever we can put on a good display, whether it's Michigan State, put on the Tigers when they're balling, but a Monday night game, a win against Green Bay in Lambeau, man, that'll do a lot for Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions.
Time to get some videos of the day at you. These are really good ones, too. My favorite is a rugby one coming up. But, Maz, you take it away, my friend. You let us know which order you want these in, how you've got to classify them. But the rugby one, to me, is the best one.
Well, I'm going to let you do that one. I'm going to start off with yesterday, the Steelers, Najee Harris, one of Braylon's favorites. Whoop! This guy runs with authority.
Whoop! Get out of here!
Look at that. Get out of my way. And that's our buddy Chad Johnson's buddy over there, that Raider.
He didn't
That Raider is a buddy of Chad Johnson's.
That Najee Harris lifts. Oh, my God. Look at the ferocity of that forearm. Look at this, a throw. Oh, man.
Ferocious.
I love these plays because what happens in the locker room for the rest of the season is over.
You don't want to be in the film room today.
Oh, no. We're joking on him the rest of the season, man. That's kind of like what Saquon 2 years ago did to the Detroit Lions on the sideline. It was in that type of spirit.
You don't want to do that.
That stiff arm was nasty.
By the way, the Steelers cannot score, cannot run on the ground. They can't. That's a pass. They can't get out of their own way right now.
You know who we didn't talk about at all today, and maybe we should look at them. The Oakland Raiders.
Derek Carr.
They're Vegas. They're called by their proper name.
Yeah, that's right, Fish. Thank you. The Las Vegas Raiders beat the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road to go 2-0. Is that a team you need to start looking at?
First of all, the big thing that Derek Carr had started to do once he got paid was turn the ball over. You haven't seen that. You're not seeing him turn the ball over anymore. Everyone sees the meme whenever Tom Brady's sitting on the bench and he's by himself and they always have, the time left in the game. And whenever you saw that meme and that look, that was the most dangerous look. Am I not correct? Until that Derek Carr look, man, that demonic look that he had, and he took it over. He's kicking butt right now, man. He's having himself a season.
800 yards in 2 games. I'd say he's doing pretty darn good. That was Jonathan Abram, by the way. Get out of the way, Najee Harris. Jonathan Abram of the Raiders.
Win.
Loss.
For them.
Win. Bye. Win.
Man.
Win. Go ahead. You can do your rugby one, buddy.
So
Fish's favorites. One of Fish's favorite sports.
Is this even Fish? We'll show it, and then I want you to. Is this even a legal play? I don't even know how to characterize it, but take a look. Boom! Come on, man. Serious.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, defenseless kicker.
And he didn't lead with the crown of his head. He led with his shoulder. Watch this. This is a great form tackle.
Dude.
He puts the head across the body. That's how they teach you. Oh, man.
You want to talk about men, okay? This is a man right there. That is the most insane thing you will see today. That number 9 looking like Stafford against somebody. Oh, man. That's got to be some type of GIF or
looks
GIF,
like, looks like that preseason game with Chicago and the Bills, and the Bills player went after Justin Fields.
I mean, Maz, have you ever seen anything like that? You didn't see that when I sent it, did you?
No, I did. I had seen it. But
look at what I said.
It looks like a rant. I do look at what you send me. You always send me things after the fact. After I fill everything up, then I start getting stuff from you and Braylon.
Hey,
Maz, take out those 6 things and put these 2 things in.
I always send you stuff at 8 plus 5.
That guy looked like a ram. Really, truly like a ram.
Shot put out of a cannon.
Unbelievable.
Man, he needs
I got another big hit for you guys.
Okay.
Not as good like that.
Bigger than that.
Not as good like that. Matter of fact, this looks like nothing.
Yeah, you never saw it after that.
You never saw anything like that in your life.
This looks like a powder puff
That
game.
looked like us back in the day, man, before the pass.
That looked like me, St. Veronica.
Let's take you out to the blue turf. Boise State on the blue turf with their blue uniforms blending in. I've never seen anything uglier. Boise State against Oklahoma State. Here's a hit for you with shoulder pants on.
Why don't you like the blue uniforms? What is your...
This don't look right. Blue on blue.
Small potatoes.
Sheesh.
Oh, look at that.
That's small potatoes after this one.
That's called getting smacked. You know what I love about this is you don't see a lot of hits like this anymore because everybody's trying to figure out how to tackle.
Everything's called
illegal. So to see a hit like this and it actually is no flag, it's a good play.
That NFL, speaking of NFL, has to get rid of the taunting penalty, and they got to get rid of this targeting penalty.
Lineman got caught with a taunting penalty this weekend.
This college situation with the targeting.
But this is what we all called for.
Who called for it?
All the people with the CTE and everything.
Don't play.
Listen to me, man. CTE is real.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
now
very real.
in the last 10 years, they've gotten better. The last 5 years, I'll say. They've gotten better. Players are coming out. They're going into the tent. They're getting checked on. Many of them aren't coming back.
Maz, there was a situation.
Look at Terrell Williams last week. He got knocked out. This week he's out.
Look,
for the Lions.
I understand. There was a situation in the Auburn-Penn State game where a player is near the goal line with the ball kind of going back.
Yeah.
The defender is on the goal line going down to meet the player, gets a targeting and an ejection.
Yes.
What is that
one of their better
supposed
players,
to do?
yeah.
Ole? I mean, they have to have some sort of discretion with that rule.
The only good thing is they look at the film.
For them,
they look at the film after,
and they still get it wrong most times.
What's that do for the kid that just got kicked out?
Because they'll put him back if it wasn't targeting, is what I'm trying to tell you. But they're looking at it on video at least.
How can you look at that video, that game, the official, even if it's on that one little monitor, they go like this. How can that official look and say, this is a targeting penalty? That's a football play. Like I've never seen. That's a football play. Like
you can tell they come into the situation leaning already on the fence of kicking them out anyway, regardless of the play.
Braylon, it's at the goal line. The guy is backing into the end zone like this. The defender comes,
meets him on the
throws his
side.
body at the goal line to keep him out. What's he supposed to do? Say, let me see. Come on,
that's too much of a thought process in that moment.
Yes.
Like to have to think that long, that hard. Oh well, should I come in this way? Maybe this way. Well, will they call this target?
And by the way,
now he's in the end zone.
It wasn't even head-to-head contact.
Shoulder. Yeah.
Bugs the crap out of me.
Sorry, man.
And targeting, man. You know, I think they'll get it right eventually. They'll figure it out.
How about these guys? You got any problems with the Bills Mafia? They've stepped up their game this past weekend. Let's set the freaking table on fire and jump on it.
I love the wrestling plays.
Let's go to Orchard Park, New York. Look at this.
Didn't even fully break it all the way.
Look at
what in the world?
I just want to know how did they choose who they were going to throw on the table? Who volunteered?
There's Opa.
Opa.
I almost think it would be worse if the table snapped in half and the guy would be buried in fire.
That's what they were going for.
They were trying to do that.
I know. He's almost lucky that the table didn't break in half.
The best one was when he tried last year. They tried to jump off the car onto the table and he completely missed.
Too, by the way, why are we laughing?
They've done this with babies.
I mean, it's funny.
Have you seen those when they do it with a baby?
It's so great.
Can you imagine showing that parent that video years later to your child? You're like, what were we thinking?
Hey, this may change 2 hours from now when we give a prediction in our pregame show. But you got anything, any music ready at all?
The prediction
just hit something. All right, here we go. We need some
Sounds
picks
like a
here.
Quentin Tarantino
yeah,
movie.
there you go. Maz, you start. Lions-Packers tonight.
Packers
He wasted no time.
38, Lions 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Lions 27, Packers 24.
Ooh-wee.
I'm going with the Lions.
Oh, yay.
I don't know. I legitimately have no idea.
You
about
said
this.
Lions.
No, like
Lions.
this could be friggin' 48-6 Green Bay, and it could be 21-17
Take a stand.
Lions.
This
Okay,
is
I'll-
legitimately a game that every scenario
Get out
is
of my ear.
on.
That's too close.
Didn't you call Michigan for 60-plus points?
Yes.
Okay, make a stand.
42-28 Lions.
Oh, wow.
42-28 Packers.
How about you, Alex?
Wow, putting me on the spot. I'm going
On
to go
the spot.
Just throw a number out.
Packers 27, Lions
You got
17.
disgust me.
We'll see you at O'Toole's tonight,
I'm the only
everybody.
guy picking the
6 to 8.
Lions.
We're
I'm picking the
going.
Lions. I'm
Go
picking the Lions.
I'll take your fish.
I'm picking the
Go
Lions.
Lions, baby.
All right, Maz. Hey, Ryan, Braylon, Tom, Fish, Alex, Michael's back there.
Yeah.
We'll see you in a couple
Everybody's hanging
hours.
out.
And we will see you
In a couple
hours. Armani and Edwards.
Woodward Sports, it's the bottom line.
Good snap. Clean home for the win. Oh, my goodness, he missed it. Unbelievable. And the Cardinals survive. 34.